Hi, this is Monty from Mopart Vehicles, and here's another one of our detailed vehicle appraisals on a car that's just come into us. Well, in fact, we've taken this car in part exchange just recently. It's our 2009 Mini Cooper S. She's covered a little over 90,000 miles. Now, I'm going to briefly walk around the car and then give you a more detailed view very shortly. Now, from any previous customers who've seen me do these videos, I'll try and be as informative as possible, try and give you as much info as I know about the car. So whether you're 2 miles away or 200 miles away, when you come to have a look at it, it should be as I've described. Now, I am only human. I don't intentionally go out to mislead anybody by descriptions, etc. on a car. All right, that's the reasons we do these videos. We've all been there before. We've looked at photographs. Something looks absolutely stunning. You go and have a look at it and it's not what you expected. So we try and take that stigma out of that by putting these videos on there. And please feel free to read some of my reviews on Auto Trader. They are all genuine reviews, all verified purchases, etc. Now, please jot down a registration number if you want to. Do any kind of checks that you want to know. Mileages, if you want to know about service history. We've got a service book, we've got quite a few stamps in there as well. We've serviced the vehicle as well. Well, not us, but our prep guys have serviced it, including a set of spark plugs and a brake fluid change. What they also picked up before the car went in for its MOT, and it has just been MOT'd, there was no advisories on there as well, was one of the rear tyres was slightly misshapen, so we've put 2 new tyres on the back of the car. Okay, so as we're getting around to the front, I'll normally start off on the driver's side. Now again, other customers who have seen my videos before, you'll notice that I'm in a totally different place for taking my videos. It's normally done in Moat Park. Unfortunately, I was just losing a little bit of the light after the car had been cleaned, sort of valeted, that type of thing. And I just wanted to get the photos and a video on there. And the reason behind that is I've had quite a few inquiries on the car, and I just want to get some videos, photos on there as quickly as possible. I will be retaking all the photographs over the next 24-48 hours, but hopefully just before this weekend. At least that will satisfy some of the customers who've inquired. They wanted to get a better look of the car. So we've got xenon headlamps on the vehicle. You'll notice that the alloy wheels are not standard alloy wheels. They're not the standard wheels that you'd buy from the factory. They're a really nice gunmetal grey with a kind of, I wouldn't say diamond cut at the front, but kind of a brushed aluminium on the front. It really does look lovely. In the photographs, it may look quite bright because you've got some lights on behind me, but they are quite nice and dark and quite subtle. You'll notice a lot of the rings around headlamps, around the rear lamps, they've been sort of de-chromed. You won't have too much of the chrome on there as well. So let's just go down the side of the car. Hopefully you can try and pick up some of the reflections. No nasty digs, dents, but she is, what, 11 years of age, 90,000 miles, guys. And I think the majority of customers now know that, you know, it's going to have a few little hairline scratches here and there. It's going to have a few little chips that have been touched up. It's not a brand new car. But again, if you read some of my reviews, they are all genuine reviews. We don't make anything up. We don't send them to our friends. They're all verified purchase reviews. We try and do our best. All right, we really do try. So let's just show you inside. Now, I'm not too sure if you're going to pick up too much inside. That's just bleep in there for me. So I've got the side lights on. Let me just take the keys out of the ignition. You have got 2 keys with the car. 6-speed manual transmission, half leather interior. Now, I have had the seats, they've gone over the seats. There's a couple of little marks on there, which obviously they haven't dried as yet, but that'll all come out. Half leather interior. See the back seats. Back seats really look like they've hardly been sat in. You've got Isofix either side there as well. The seatbelts are all plugged in, only just when it come back from its MOT. You've got your luxury automatic climate control, Bluetooth connectivity for your phone, a couple of cup holders in the front, and then you've got a cup holder in the back, the obligatory sport button, which is the far left hand one, and that sort of changes the throttle response, the exhaust burbles a bit more. By the way, this particular car is fitted with a Miltech exhaust system, so it's not overly noisy or anything like that. It's nothing like that at all. When you do get your foot down, you know, it does sort of pop and bang if you get it in the right gear or on the overrun. Okay, but that's a Miltech exhaust that's fitted to the vehicle. All right, as I mentioned about the lights, you've got that kind of de-chromed look to all the lights. Let's show you in the boot as well when I've got it open. I'm around here. 50/50 split folding seats at the back. Usual Cooper S rear spoiler. All looks really good at the back. Now I mentioned you're going to have a few little chips here and there. Around the door edges, we have touched up a few bits and pieces around the door edges. But let's just scoot down here and hopefully that gives you some good reflections. There's no dulling of paint. The two new tyres we put on there. But we will have some pictures of the rear tyres, front and rear tyres, all in our adverts. All the door panels look really good. You have got one of these interior light packages, so you can change the interior light colour from sort of orange, reds, all the way sort of blues, greens I think they're in it. It's about 5 different shade colouring. You've got the Cooper S mats in there, rubber mats. Seats, hopefully that looks okay. Where you've got a couple of little marks, you can probably see them here, it's only where the guys have cleaned the seats down for me, and you just tend to get a little bit that hasn't dried as yet. All looks good in the back. Oops, do that properly. Now I've probably put about 150 miles on the car myself. Drives really well. I believe it has been lowered. The springs, or they're slightly stiffer to the Cooper S's that I've driven before. Slightly different colour springs, and I think they're green or blue or something like that. I'm not au fait with what was fitted to it. It was fitted to that when the previous owner bought the vehicle. The only thing that I will say, you've got this really low skirt at the bottom there, really low. So underneath the car here, you can probably see it, it is really low. So speed humps, they will catch on the speed humps. Okay, hopefully that's given you a good view of the car. So yes, there were a few little stone chips here and there. We have touched them up as best as possible. It's really hard to see in this light, but you know, I'll be honest with you, there were a few. Along the leading edge of the bonnet here, there was 1 or 2 that we've touched up, but minor. Now you may notice it's got a couple of bonnet stripes. They're a kind of a matte grey, so I'm not too sure if you'll always pick it up in this light as well. Okay, so briefly I'm going to tell you about our warranties. We offer a 6-month warranty with all of our cars. We don't give you a basic sort of £250 engine and gearbox warranty. It will be a comprehensive one. We tick as many boxes as we can: air conditioning, suspension, emissions, etc. We'll also, or the warranty company, so we supply and it's administered by these 2 different companies. So we'll tell you the pros, the cons working with either of the 2 companies. And the claim limit is of the cost value of the car. So it's not a £250, that is it limit. No, you buy a car from us for 3,000, 5,000, 10,000. That's the limit that you can claim. Each claim can be up to £2,000. It couldn't be a claim for a 5,000 single claim. It will be up to £2,000. But again, most garages that are supplying cars, they may have their own in-house warranty where you may have to put a percentage in. We do it, so we tick all the boxes for 100% parts and labour. All right, now these warranties are not cheap. They're not £35, because some warranties can be £35. They're not cheap. So, but we'll try and go through it all with our customers when they can have a look at the car. So if you're interested in this vehicle or anything else at Mopart Vehicles, please don't hesitate to give me a call, pick up the phone, send me a text, and we'll get back to you as quickly as I possibly can. Thank you again for your time. Bye-bye.